This is the free motion quilting tutorial for Spiral Illusion. This is stitched by first starting with a large square spiral, and I'm stitching this about a half an inch away and just echoing the edges of my block. And my block is 4 inches, so I'm echoing about a half an inch away and spiraling my way into the center of the block. So it's a great way to practice echoing. I'm keeping the edge of my presser foot a specific distance away from the edge of the stitching lines, and that really helps to keep it very even and consistent. Now I've sped the video up because stitching straight lines into a spiral can get a little boring, so I've sped it up so you can see this fill the entire block all the way to the center. And it's simply a matter of gauging your space and then turning that corner. I do get a lot of questions about how this would be stitched in an actual quilt, and truthfully, it would probably be stitched the exact same way I'm showing here. Now I'm going to stitch the illusion of the spiral, the second part of this, and I've slowed things down again, and you can see how this is going to work. I'm stitching essentially another square spiral on top of the square spiral that we stitched first. And so gauging it is a little tricky because you're trying to ignore the first stitching lines and gauge against the stitching lines that you've just started. So it's a little tricky. You can get a little lost in it. So take your time and pay attention to what you're doing. Don't lose track of what line you're echoing and what line you're basing your stitching off of. But once you kind of get your initial square shape out, echoing this all the way out is very easy. And you can see I've sped this up again because, again, it gets very boring to see the same thing over and over and over again. And here's what it looks like when you finish Spiral Illusion. For over 200 videos on free motion quilting, go to daystyledesigns.com.